All right, back again with another HubSpot 101. In this video, Hunter is going to walk you through setting up your general defaults. So things such as your branding kit, so your logos, your colors. That way, when you're setting up the rest of your HubSpot environment, all of those things will be automatically set and available for you. So when you're building landing pages, setting up HubSpot booking links, doing anything along those lines, you will have everything right at your fingertips and already set up for you. He's also going to cover how you make sure that your company information is correct. So things like time zone, currency, all of that stuff, so that obviously the deeper that you get into HubSpot, things are working properly for you. So with that being said, there are hundreds of other videos like this, but let's jump straight into this one.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to HubSpot Basics. So today we are going to go over the account defaults in your account setup. So the first thing we want to do is navigate to the gear icon on the HubSpot toolbar. Go ahead and click on that. And on the left side, we're going to click on account defaults. And once you get in here, what you're going to see is the first thing is the account name, which is going to be, if you look in the top right, that is going to be your account name there. So make sure that you put in your business's name in the account, so that way it's easily identifiable. The next thing you're going to want to do is select the time zone. So by default, it's typically whoever the owner's IP address is. So if you need to change this, go ahead and do this now. A good example of this would be if you have team members that work across different time zones and things like that. Typically, the best use case here for this is, let's say, for example, your business is based on the East Coast of the United States. You're going to want to make sure that the account time zone is set to Eastern time, so that way all of the timestamps and things in the CRM show up as the company's time zone. It makes it easy and congruent for all of your users across different time zones. Next thing you want to do is select your fiscal year. If yours differs, go ahead and change that here now while you're in here. And then under here, you're going to want to make sure that the company name matches the account name, just to make it easy and congruent. And then put in your company's website and then the address of the company as well. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is the branding kit. So if we go over here to branding, the branding kit is super helpful and saves you time down the line for when you are essentially creating things in the meeting scheduler or primarily under the marketing tab for landing pages or website pages. When you have these things set up in here by default, when you go and use some of those tools, it will automatically apply these logos and colors and things to your website pages or landing pages or even your automated marketing emails and things. And that way it just saves you time down the line. So what you're going to want to do is add a logo into here. Make sure that the logo name is whatever it needs to be, typically your company's name and then /logo or whatever it needs to be. The logo for the URL and then the width and height should be automatically applied based off of whatever you upload. You can add a Favicon here if you would like as well. So this is primarily helpful for the website pages and landing pages for like the little icon in the URL there. Then the next thing we want to do is go into colors and just select your primary color, your secondary color, any accent colors that you want. Also additional colors and things like this. So setting these here makes it super easy when you are building out a marketing email. You can essentially in the formatter highlight any of the words that you want to change, and any of these additional colors that you add in here, they will be pinned for you at the bottom of the color formatter. So that way your brand colors are easily accessible and save you time. So the last thing that I want to point out in this section that's pretty important is the currency. You can mess around with these other tabs if you would like. There's some pretty good features in here as well, but the most necessary ones are going to be the ones that I mentioned under general and branding. And then we're going to want to select on currency here too and make sure that we have our correct currency in here. Typically, if you're in the United States, obviously the default is going to be the US dollar. But if your company does conduct business in other parts of the world, whether that's Europe, Japan, China, Africa, wherever it is, make sure that if you're conducting business within any of those regions that you add the currencies that you do accept in here. It makes it a lot easier for if you're using HubSpot payments and things like that, and it will be able to recognize that, yes, you do use that currency.
All right, guys, I hope that video was helpful. Again, this is our series for beginners. There are hundreds of these videos. If you just watched this one and it was helpful and it's on the vein of what you're currently going through and trying to set up, I would recommend going to the email connection video next, which we'll link somewhere over here, and then going to the integrations video, as well as probably, I would say, the HubSpot Pixel setup so you can track everything across all of your landing pages, your websites, all of that stuff. Now, if you need some more advanced stuff, such as getting marketing set up, your attribution, Facebook ads, getting your sales team set up, so your setter engine, closer engine, show rate engine, you can go ahead and go to the more advanced playlist. It's on my page. It's going to go a lot more in depth and do the really crazy kind of fancy stuff that's really only very large or fast growing sales teams have. So with that being said, I hope this video is helpful. There's an application below if you are looking for somebody to come in and train your team, or you want to get access to everything that we have in terms of how we set this stuff up, how we run RevOps, how we actually implement these systems. You can go ahead and apply to speak with somebody on my team. As always, we're going to leave the Google Doc down below. It's just an SOP. And as you're going through these videos, I recommend grabbing every SOP that we have so you can start to build, obviously, your armory. Hope these videos help, and I will see you in the next one.